So let's kind of get right into this. The reason I wanted to come on right now is because in the strat, time frame continuity and decoupling it's a big deal. It's very important. So I want to kind of go over it, make sure everybody is on the same page, is understanding what's happening, and what we want to look for and watch for going forward in the next few, like 1 to 3 to 4 weeks. So so what we have here on the top left is the SPY quarterly chart. Then we have the SPY monthly chart, top right, weekly, bottom left, daily, bottom right. So it's basically in reading order of highest time frame to lower time frame. So awesome. Thank you, Oscar. So we're going to start real simple, looking at the 3-month chart. What do we know to be true? So last quarter, so just like a week and a half ago, we closed as a red 2 up. So being stratters and always forward thinking, we closed near the lows. So in our heads right away, we think to ourselves, what is the next 2 most likely to be? Well, since we closed near the lows, it makes sense that the next 2 would likely be a 2 down. So we did get a 2 down, but it is not in force. And why is that? We'll get into that in a minute. But before I go further than that, I want to get into the decoupling principle of everything, because as you know, we just got a brand new quarterly flip, monthly flip, and then last week we got a new weekly flip. So I feel like they overlook this aspect, but the 3-month, the 1-month, and the week chart, it's all the same candle. And if you were to, let's move these for just a second. If you were to measure the high and the low of this candle, so the high being 431 and the low being 420, I think, yeah, and the low being 420, you're going to notice it's the same on every candle because we just got our flip. So the weekly, it's not as important on the weekly, but the monthly, as we stand right now, we only have 1 week out of 4 weeks of data, right? So at the end of the first week, the monthly candle is the weekly candle. Since we just opened the new quarter, the quarterly candle right now is the weekly candle. So that is so important to know. And when we're thinking going in the next week, what's the next 2? What can that create, negate, or do, as Rob Smith, bless his heart, rest in peace, would say. So what could happen here? And I feel like I'm doing a bad job. I feel like I'm all over the place. If you're lost, let me know. But so getting into next week with what is the next 2? Well, again, stratters, forward thinking, what is the most likely next 2? We are not predicting, we are just using common sense. Well, we closed at the highs, so the most likely next 2 would be a 2 up, okay? The thing about next week, I feel like, and I usually don't use terms like this when it comes to the stock market, I feel like, but I'm going to, they made everybody feel super bullish on Friday with the big giant green candles we had everywhere. And we have to remember that we are still a lot closer to going 2 down on the quarter. So what I want you to, all my regulars are here. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. What I want you to keep in mind, I'm going to make this weekly chart big. Because see, so at the end of last quarter, we closed on the lows. That is the quarterly 2 up, 2 down reversal level. And we triggered the quarterly after like pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of selling, because they're red, or pink, because I like my pink. So it triggered after 4, kind of 5-ish weeks of continuation. Now, this is important because this is exactly the reason Rob would say, you don't have to be the first one in. And the reason being, because you don't want to be the first one into a quarterly position if you're not entering on a reversal, right? Because this is continuation. You couldn't pay me money to short this after 5 weeks of lower lows, right? To me, no. We are waiting for reversals, right? So we want to see a 2 up. And then we would want to see a 2 down. So what we do next week, I don't want anybody to marry a bias. We're going to delete that. And the reason being is because we've been straight down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 5 weeks, that doesn't mean that, oh my gosh, we can just go long and target the outside quarter. And what do I mean by outside quarter? Well, right now on the quarterly chart, we're a failed 2 down. So anytime we have a failed 2 down, in the back of your mind somewhere, you should be thinking of a potential outside quarter. So that is a possibility. So there is only 2 possibilities and 2 things that can happen with a 2 down. We either get some weekly corrective activity and then trigger the quarterly back down, or we go outside quarter. Well, I guess there's 3. I guess we could get stuck in here, which that would not be fun. Hey, Art. So the point that I'm making, nope, I don't want to do that. The point that I'm making with the weekly is coming into next week, and with the way Friday had everybody feeling super bullish, because I know that like the fear and greed index on earlier this week was like at an 18, and it's probably much higher now after the Friday that we had. But what I want you guys to be thinking of in the back of your mind is, if I take this 2 down, 2 up reversal, which you can take, but you have to you have to be good with your risk management, with your position size, because the odds of it kind of failing or not really going anywhere are very great. In my perfect dream scenario, and I love to do dream scenarios because it keeps us on the right track. It keeps our bias in check, right? So my dream scenario would be, we open this week, and apparently also it's so crazy, the timing of everything, because Friday, big, huge, bullish candlesticks. People are wanting to swing over the weekend, which, bless your heart, you're super brave. I will never swing over the weekend. Hey, CJ. But what I would prefer have happen is we go 2 up, we take out that pivot high, but then the following week, because remember, we don't want to be the first ones into a quarterly trigger if we're not entering on a smaller time frame actionable signal. So what I would prefer to see is we go 2 up this week. I don't at all think that we're going to get up here. To me, no way. But just because that's what I think, it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. So that is technically target 2 of a weekly reversal, right? So I personally don't see that happening. And again, my dream scenario, 2 up this week, and then next week, the following week, we go 2 back down and we re-trigger that quarter. So I just want everybody to not be super bull biased because we have a green 2 down. We have a green 2 down on the week, on the month, on the quarter. That can change. So that's why kind of like the message in my tweet was we need to see what happens over the next few weeks, because a lot can change. When it's totally green, it looks good, looks great, but we can easily get a reversal back down. And let me pull up my futures charts. Ooh, hold on. Load layout futures. And the thing about the futures, and we'll stay on the daily. We have ignore all this. I haven't done my charts yet for this week. Oh boy. Sorry about this. I want RTY. All right. So, man, it was really chilly here today. I almost turned my heat on, but I feel like my voice sounds bad. All right, but anyway, NQ left this double bottom, and what we say at stat is double bottoms are made to be broken. So I don't know if it's going to happen this week, this coming up week, but in my opinion, we will be back down here to take these people's stops. Double bottoms don't live long, and we're going to take them out. So what we need to keep in mind is this just the top of our broadening formation? Are we just going higher to then go lower and take out this double bottom? So that's why I'm very hesitant to be super bull biased going into this week, because I don't really buy it. And that's okay, because the charts are going to tell us what is what. Also, coming into Monday, it's like a bank holiday. It's Columbus Day. So I think that, like, what did somebody say? Like, if you're a cash account, your money won't settle at all that day. So I think that Monday's trading is going to be slow because it's a bank holiday. And not only that, is when we get huge days like this, the next day is usually a small consolidation day. And that's what we want, honestly. We want... Oh, old dude, not your mom. What's up? Yeah, I would have never known that based on your YouTube name, Rookie Trading. But after huge days like this, we want the next day to be some sort of small, like, inside day. And then the following day, we want to get the real move. So Monday might be pretty slow. And then if on Tuesday we get a 2 up, I will be all over that short, because if that goes into effect and we go 2 up on the week but fail it, that means it's a potential outside week. And then we'd be looking for like this. And I'm not predicting anything. All I'm saying is if if we get a 2 up week and then we reverse on the day, outside weeks would be possible. So I'm not trying to make any predictions, but I don't like that they left these double bottoms down here, relative equal lows, because that's not the bottom of our Browning formation. As of right now, we have the top of it, but that's it. So when you only have one part of your Browning formation, the other side's coming just sooner or later. Welcome everyone. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. We're trying to build it back up. We lost it, which sucks, but it is what it is. Hit that like button. Maybe it'll help the YouTube algo. So we shall see. Just all I'm saying is be cautious being too bullish into next week. It's okay to try it. And the thing about, we have such, this is not correlation, right? This is a mess. None of the major futures look the same, which makes trading a lot harder if we don't have market correlation and symmetry. Because if you just look at what we got, you got ES with a basically red hammer. We have NQ, which already went 2 up, but on the end of the week, on Friday. And then we got RTY, which is a giant red 2 down. YM is somewhere in the middle between ES and RTY. So it's just kind of, it's not, the market is not in agreement, and that makes things hard. Ooh. Oil came back in hard. And what had happened with oil, I know people love to call us hindsight traders, but we do this in real time all the time. But we hit this pivot high exhaustion level, and that's where profit taking happened. It would have been much cooler if they would have taken out that one as well before poop in the bed, but they did not. They took out that pink dashed exhaustion line. Gotta delete that alert. And then that's where the 2 up, 2 down reversal happened. And knowing what we know, that was our target 1, being the bottom of the Browning formation. And then it just kept puking. You've never had a 2 against you. So if you entered here, went short oil there, your stop would just be walking down each candle's high, because it's still good. It hasn't reversed. And that's a pretty fat trade in the futures world. Never went against you. Very nice. So coming into this week, the whole market looks the same right now, with green 2 down weeks, green 2 down months, green 2 down quarters. So play what we see. I won't be entering any weekly actionable signals without a daily actionable signal to get me into it. And that's just me always. Unless it's usually me. I usually almost never just take a weekly setup. I'm looking for a daily to trigger a weekly, like Tesla. Tesla last week was really nice with that. On this day, because my weekly triggers are orange, so I always mark them, so I always know what's what. And then we had this beautiful inside day and up to trigger the week, and then it came and it took out that target, gap fill target. So me, I'd be fully out on such a move. And we got a gap down on Friday, but now we have no weekly actionable signal. In fact, Tesla is set up for a monthly bearish actionable signal. And why is that? Because we had a 2-up last month that failed, right? Did not hit its target. So if we get a weekly reversal down, I'll be all over that. And what's the reason for that is because it's just what I was just saying. I won't take a higher time frame trigger without a smaller time frame actionable signal reversal. So me, I'm not going to just hop in when the monthly triggers. I want, because I'm picky, I want a 2 down to trigger the month on the lower time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I want to trigger the monthly. Yes, it is a much higher probability trade. The domino setups are so high probability. It's why we crushed VA, because we had all those, oh gosh. We had all those things last month. So this was on the short swing list because we had a red 2-up month in August after hitting exhaustion. We hit this 241.15 exhaustion level. Then we got a red 2-up. So I was like, we're going 2 up, 2 down into a pivot machine gun, into a double bottom, which again are made to be broken. Let me mark that one. So knowing that I had a bearish bias on the monthly, this is exactly what I was just saying. We took the weekly 2 up, 2 down to get us in to trigger the month, and then it just kept going and it hit every single target. And we even had a daily actionable signal to trigger the week. So here was that weekly 2 up, 2 down. Here's the monthly 2 up, 2 down. And then, of course, we mark all of our targets. Then we had a daily 2 up, 2 down. So everything was so fractal and beautiful. It was just 2 up, 2 down to trigger the weekly 2 up, 2 down to trigger the monthly 2 up, 2 down. And then it just... And I was telling people if they're still in, they just keep walking your stops down the tops of these candles because we hadn't reversed yet. And that was a huge move. So it was really nice. But yeah, we are always looking for the domino trades, because not only do you have like the daily participants on your side, if it works, you're going to get the weekly participants on your side, and you're also always trading with full time frame continuity. So it keeps you safe in that way. Safer. So yeah. So moral of the story, be careful heading into next week. If you want to take just the weekly 2 up, 2 down, 2 down, 2 up, you better size small. especially without daily actionable signals to get you into them. And that's pretty much all I wanted to come on here and say. And it's okay to take the weeklies because right now we know what a failed 2 looks like. And it looks like SPY. But also, it's likely to fail because we've had so much continuation, right? So again, this is really what I want to see. I want to see a shallow 2 up this week, and then next week I want to get the 2 down to re-trigger the quarterly, and then come after all these. All those guys. It's basically a pivot machine gun-ish setup. So that's what I would want to see. You guys are welcome. All right. So again, the whole market looks like this. Don't be the first one in. There's no need to be. First one in is usually the first loser. So let them trigger, find a smaller time frame actionable signal. And I tell my people all the time, if you're going to be the first one into a trigger, you better also be prepared to be the first one out. Because if it triggers and fails, get out. So that's why we look for the domino setups. So we're in before the higher time frame trigger. So we've already profited some off of that, and then you can move your stop to break even. Oh my gosh. The doggy is dreaming. He's running. I don't know where he's running to, but he's running. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. Again, please subscribe to our brand new channel, even though it's actually almost 2 years old. Yep. Hey, Bill. Hey, Dana. Aw. Thank you guys for coming. I wish Elaine could have been here. I messaged her. I said, hey, pop up live stream. If you can come, that'd be cool. But people have a life, so I get it. Yes, ma'am, Shanti. Shanti is like the new up-and-comer, I feel like, in stat. She's always posting charts that I'm also watching, so she's won the Battle Options contest too, which is such a fun time. If you guys haven't done it, you really should check it out. It's free, it's fun, and we reward the winner with a free month of premium. And here's what the contest looks like. So it's only open during the weekend, so you can only make a pick during the weekend for the upcoming week. And we can do this because we know the strat. And it's so funny when people call us hindsight traders. Here we go. This was last week. It's so funny when people call us hindsight traders, and it's like, well, I guess we're just really good guessers every week. Because these gains pretty much happen regularly if we have weekly actionable signals. And it's not even about the gains. Like, the point of this is your strat knowledge. You know, do you know where price is going? Why should it go there? And Alex beat me with his Devon put. I had a PDD call, which only triggered on Friday, which kind of sucked. But I was in like 35th place on Thursday, and then Friday happened, and it got me into 6th place. I'll show you guys why I picked PDD also, just because we're here. Basically, that was my target, 106.38. And I picked a 104 call. I guess I should have picked like a 105 or 106. But yeah, and we had an inside week last week. So 2, 1, 2 up, boom, to the top of the broadening formation. Now I can actually draw it because it actually exists now. But yeah, you'll see it triggered on Monday and Tuesday above the line, but it didn't go anywhere. But Friday, it just went shoo. So I don't know. I just find it really funny when people call us hindsight traders. Because this is such a testament to the fact that it's not hindsight. It's repeatable. It's the same stuff over and over and over and over. We will be getting up to 109.79 soon, because that is a major pivot high, right? So that's a major target. We just hit major target 1 by taking out January highs. Major target 2 is September 2021 highs. So hashtag the strat, boy. Rob taught us well. So just knowing that that's our higher time frame target, and our higher time frame, if you're an ICT student, your draw on liquidity, we're looking for lower time frame entries, or I guess in ICT terms, he calls them PD arrays, but our triggers, you know, we have a really good idea where price is trying to go. So that's why the strat is so awesome. And Devin, let's look at that just because Alex picked it. So the quarterly inside and down triggered this week. And we know where it's going because it's obviously on the strat combo sheet. It's an inside, it's a 212, 212 down. Entry, blue line, major target, this line. Then we even hit that one. So technically, Alex should have picked the 44, because you get bigger percents the farther out of the money you go. And when with the strat, we know we're going to 44. That's the target. Then we had an inside week and down to trigger the quarter. This is, again, the domino stuff that we are constantly looking for. A weekly to trigger a quarterly, heck yeah, all day, every day. Target 1, target 2. So the reason Gideon beat Alex was because Gideon picked the better strike, which gives you the bigger percentage gain. And it was he even went a little high. He could have picked the 44s and he would have been over a 2,000% gainer. So it's fun. It's educational. You get to see what the people are picking. And you can also see when people don't know the strat because their entry makes no sense to you. But these are great tickers to kind of pull up and chart and do your own study on them. Like, well, why do we think this person, Austin, for example, why do we think he picked SPX 4440? Well, I don't know. Let's see. I think he's picking the fair value gap. It's 4447. Yeah, 4440 is like basically right there. So that's probably why. But so that's more of an ICT one, but let's look at the next one. Palantir, 1750 call. Inside week. So if the inside week works, they would be targeting 1839, and they picked a strike in between their trigger and their target. So when you know the strat, you know why people are picking what they're picking. And that's just the beauty of the strat. We all know and see the same thing. I personally want to go to the downside eventually and take out this double bottom. We will at some point because they're both 1368. But not next week. That's not happening. We're closer to going 2 up, so we would have to get a 2 down week to even consider the possibility of taking out 1368 as our target. And that's just a strat. Price can't go down till it goes down. It's stupid simple. Oh, sorry. You can just go to, it's contest.stratalerts.com. Maybe I can copy and paste it. There you go. I posted it in the, he said, hi, Rocco. Rocco says, what's up? Rocco's the doggo. But yeah, the contest is here. Contest.stratalerts.com, and I posted the link in the chat down there for you guys. Like I say, it's just fun. It's just fun. And we want to reward the winner for their dedication and time that they took to learn the strat. And then they get a free month of premium. And hopefully we can help them out a little bit more. And maybe they love premium and they stay. Maybe they don't. Doesn't matter. We still want to reward people. And, you know, I don't know. It's just fun. We have a lot of fun. Some of us get too competitive and it's ridiculous, but it's fun. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get off. I need to eat some food. I can't eat what I want because it's too late and that stinks, but maybe tomorrow. I always want steak. Always. So, cross your fingers for me that I get to eat a steak tomorrow. I'll go to the restaurant by myself. I don't care. I just want the steak. All right. Night, you guys. Thank you guys who are in the Discord for coming. I didn't even post it anywhere really, but you guys already follow us and we love you guys. So thanks for being here. And we will see you guys next week. Have a good week. Good night.